Royal expert Kinsey Schofield discussed Meghan's popularity in the US, claiming that Meghan's podcast was being beaten by Kim Kardashian in the Spotify charts. GB News breakfast reporters Rosie, Wright and Paul Hawkins invited showbiz reporter Kinsey Schofield to react to Meghan Markle's latest episode of her podcast Archetypes. The reporter revealed Meghan is becoming less and less interesting to the American audience. Rosie asked, the strategy she's trying to use to sort of reset the narrative and define herself as who she wants to be seen as, is that working in the States? Are people sort of favourable towards her? Not really, Kinsey replied. I mean, I have to be honest with you, if you look at the numbers, her podcast, that very first episode, it blew up. I think that people were very curious, but lately Kim Kardashian is beating her on the Spotify charts. There's less and less interest in her, and I think American media has noticed this new direction in the narrative. I think we're pleasantly surprised that she's complaining less, but it's also coming off as insincere because it's such a 180 turn. Meghan Markle does not understand the difference between a stereotype and an archetype. She only chose Archetypes for a Spotify podcast because it fits with her brand of Archwell. In Meghan's mind, she created the word archetypes as it's a combination of Archwell and stereotypes. That was like her reasoning for it. Spotify was at Markle and Prince Harry for almost 2 years to get them to produce something after their holiday special in 2020 fell behind whale noises. Her 7 episodes so far have covered the following: Ambition, Diva, Singleton, Dragon Lady, Crazy, The Bimbo, and Angry Black Woman. Meghan might believe these 7 archetypes are holding women back, but we don't live in the 50s and 60s where the female sex was purely there to look pretty and prop men up. Meghan Markle has hit an embarrassing new low, according to one expert, who believes a slate of new viewing figures show just how little people are watching. It would appear Harry and Meghan's viewing figures are less than stellar. An upcoming event and its projected crowd numbers show how little demand there is for Meghan. Citing a Women's Fund of Central Indiana event, expert Daniela Elsa highlighted the stark contrast of attendees between an event just 4 years ago and the upcoming piece. Held at Marriott downtown in Indianapolis, United States, Meghan is set to speak to a crowd of roughly 2,500 people on a Power of Women event. Just 4 years ago, however, former First Lady Michelle Obama had drawn crowds of around 13,000. Writing for news.com.au, expert Elsa wrote, the Women's Fund of Central Indiana has quite the pedigree, with former First Lady Michelle Obama speaking at their event in 2018. However, here's the rub. When Floaters took to the stage, the Women's Fund event was held at an indoor arena and to a sold-out audience of 13,000. And Meghan? The largest capacity of a conference space at the Indianapolis Marriott downtown is 2,500. Hitting back at the Meghan-attended event by noting that the Water and Sewer Distributors of America will be hosting their get-together at a hotel of the same chain, Elsa argued Meghan did not have the pull of a big guest. She continued, clearly the expectations about what sort of crowd Meghan will pull are not even vaguely in the same ballpark, or even indoor arena as that of Michelle. Unfortunately, as the time-worn cliche goes, numbers don't lie, and for Meghan it's been a pretty bumpy week on the numbers front. Elsa highlighted a recent upload to YouTube from Variety featuring front page splash Meghan rack up 213,000 views, with previous front page star Ana de Armas recording 279,000 views.